Do you know the difference between a psychopath and a sociopath? Many use these terms interchangeably, but did you know there are key differences? Yes, indeed, they are distinct personality disorders with unique characteristics. Let's dive into the characteristics of these two personality disorders. Let's start with the psychopath. A psychopath is often characterized by a significant emotional deficit. They struggle to feel emotions that come naturally to most, like empathy and remorse. This lack of emotional depth can make them appear cold and detached. It's not that they don't understand these emotions, they just don't feel them. Psychopaths also tend to be highly manipulative. They are skilled at influencing others and can be quite cunning in their tactics. They know exactly what to say and how to say it to get what they want. This manipulative nature often helps them blend in, making it difficult for others to identify their true intentions. Another trait commonly found in psychopaths is high intelligence. They are often highly intelligent individuals, which can further fuel their manipulative tendencies. They use their intelligence to devise elaborate schemes and plans, often for personal gain or satisfaction. Now let's talk about their tendency towards crime. Psychopaths are more likely to engage in criminal behavior, but it's not always violent or severe. It could be as simple as lying or stealing. They are also more likely to reoffend compared to other criminals. The key point here is that their criminal acts are usually well-planned and calculated, not impulsive. Last but not least, psychopaths often display a calm and controlled demeanor, even in stressful situations. This ability to remain composed can be quite unsettling to others. It's as if nothing can rattle them, no matter how tense the situation. This trait also helps them maintain their manipulative facade, as they can keep their cool while weaving their web of deceit. In essence, a psychopath is someone who lacks empathy, is highly manipulative, intelligent, prone to criminal behavior, and maintains a calm demeanor. These characteristics can make them dangerous, as they can easily blend into society, hiding their true nature from unsuspecting victims. Now that we have a good understanding of psychopaths, let's move on to sociopaths. Now let's explore the sociopath. A sociopath, unlike a psychopath, has a strong tendency to experience intense emotional reactions. These reactions can manifest as fits of anger, frustration, or even bouts of anxiety. They feel emotions sometimes too deeply, and this can lead to unpredictable and often explosive behavior. Sociopaths also tend to be aggressive. This aggression isn't always physical, it can be verbal or emotional too. They might lash out at others without provocation or react disproportionately to minor slights or perceived injustices. This aggression, combined with their intense emotional reactions, can make sociopaths volatile and difficult to interact with. Impulsivity is another defining characteristic of sociopaths. They often act without thinking, driven by their immediate desires or emotions. This lack of forethought can lead to reckless behavior, poor decision-making, and a disregard for the potential consequences of their actions. This impulsivity extends to a sociopath's disregard for rules. They often struggle to conform to societal norms and expectations, and may break rules or laws without much thought for the repercussions. This disregard for rules isn't necessarily rooted in rebellion, rather it's more about a fundamental lack of understanding or respect for the rules themselves. Finally, sociopaths have a tendency to avoid responsibility. They often fail to accept accountability for their actions, instead blaming others or external circumstances. This avoidance of responsibility can make it difficult for sociopaths to learn from their mistakes or to make meaningful changes in their behavior. Sociopathy, like psychopathy, is complex and multifaceted. It's important to remember that not everyone who exhibits these traits is a sociopath, and not all sociopaths will exhibit all of these traits. The diagnosis of sociopathy, like any mental health condition, should be left to professionals. With these characteristics in mind, let's compare and contrast psychopaths and sociopaths. The difference between these two can be subtle, but understanding these distinctions can be crucial for recognizing and dealing with these personality disorders in our lives. Now let's delve into the key differences between psychopaths and sociopaths. Our first point of comparison lies in the emotional realm. Psychopaths often exhibit a lack of emotions, particularly those associated with empathy and remorse. They can mimic these feelings, but they don't truly experience them. Sociopaths, on the other hand, can experience a barrage of emotions, including anger and irritation. However, their emotional responses are often impulsive and poorly controlled, leading to unpredictable outbursts. The second difference revolves around their tendencies towards crime. Psychopaths are more likely to engage in calculated, premeditated criminal acts. Their crimes are often meticulously planned and executed with a cold, detached demeanor, reflecting their lack of emotional response. Sociopaths, however, are more likely to commit spontaneous, impulsive crimes. Their actions are generally less organized and more erratic, indicating a lack of forethought and control. The third key difference lies in their ability to socialize. Psychopaths, despite their emotional deficit, can be quite charming and manipulative. They're often able to blend seamlessly into society, making them difficult to spot. They can maintain steady jobs and have families, presenting a facade of normalcy to the world. Sociopaths, in contrast, struggle significantly with social norms. They have a hard time forming genuine relationships and often exhibit antisocial behavior. Their inability to conform to societal expectations often leads to a life of isolation and frequent conflicts with others. In essence, while both psychopaths and sociopaths lack a sense of moral responsibility and disregard for the rights of others, the way they interact with the world around them differs significantly. A psychopath's world is cold, calculated, and manipulative, while a sociopath's is impulsive, volatile, and detached. Understanding these differences can help us identify and interact with individuals with these personality disorders. So how are psychopathy and sociopathy diagnosed? It's a question worth asking as it delves deeper into the realm of mental health. The diagnosis of these personality disorders is a complex process carried out by trained psychiatrists. It's not as simple as ticking off a checklist of symptoms. Rather, it involves a thorough evaluation of an individual's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors over an extended period of time. Psychiatrists use a tool known as the Psychopathy Checklist Revised, or PCLR, to diagnose psychopathy. This tool assesses 20 traits such as lack of remorse or guilt, pathological lying, and criminal versatility. Each trait is scored on a 3-point scale, and the scores are then added up. A high score on this checklist is indicative of psychopathy. Sociopathy, on the other hand, falls under the broader category of antisocial personality disorder, or ASPD, in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the DSM-5. This manual is used by mental health professionals worldwide for diagnosing mental disorders. Sociopathy is diagnosed based on patterns of disregard for and violation of the rights of others, without the exact pinpoint precision of the PCLR used for psychopathy. The challenge in diagnosing these disorders lies in the fact that both psychopaths and sociopaths can be highly manipulative and may not present themselves honestly during a psychiatric evaluation. Moreover, these disorders often coexist with other mental health conditions, further complicating the diagnosis. Although diagnosing psychopathy and sociopathy can be challenging, it's crucial to remember that these are serious mental health disorders that can have severe impacts on an individual's life and those around them. With a proper diagnosis, individuals can receive the help they need, whether it's therapy, medication, or other forms of treatment and support. So, the next time you find yourself wondering about the differences between psychopaths and sociopaths, remember that these are not just labels, but serious diagnoses that require professional evaluation and treatment. With a proper diagnosis, individuals can receive the help they need. Now that we've explored psychopathy and sociopathy, why is this knowledge important? Understanding these complex personality disorders is more than a matter of academic interest. It has significant implications for personal and societal safety. Both psychopathy and sociopathy, while distinct in their characteristics, pose potential dangers due to their common association with manipulative, aggressive, and antisocial behaviors. Psychopaths, with their lack of empathy and tendency for calculated, controlled criminal activity, can be especially dangerous. Their high intelligence and manipulative skills often allow them to blend into society unnoticed, making it difficult for even the most discerning among us to identify them. Sociopaths, on the other hand, are more likely to act impulsively and recklessly, posing a different kind of threat. Their disregard for rules and social norms can lead to unpredictable, volatile situations that can escalate quickly, putting themselves and others at risk. Recognizing the signs of these disorders can be crucial in avoiding harm. It can enable us to maintain a safe distance from individuals who might pose a threat and also to seek help for those who may be struggling with these issues themselves. It's also important for shaping public policies and legal systems, ensuring they are equipped to handle the unique challenges these disorders present. Furthermore, understanding psychopathy and sociopathy helps to dispel myths and reduce stigma. Too often, these terms are misused and misunderstood, leading to fear and discrimination. By educating ourselves, we can foster empathy and advocate for appropriate support and treatment for those affected. Remember, knowledge is power. Understanding psychopathy and sociopathy can help us better navigate our world and ensure the safety of ourselves and others.